All right, let's talk about something that pretty much everyone in the nonprofit world has faced. You've got these huge, ambitious fundraising goals, but how do you actually turn them into a real, concrete plan that works? We're going to dive right into that. So you're out there, right? Running a charity drive, trying to make a real difference. You've got the vision, you've got the passion, you know your mission inside and out. But then come the logistics. And you're kind of left wondering, okay, where do I even start with all this?
And look, passion is absolutely the engine behind any great cause. No doubt about it. But passion by itself, well, it's not going to book the venue or send out all those donor emails or make sure everyone on your team is on the same page. It needs a roadmap to really, truly be effective.
And that brings us to what I like to call the fundraising juggle. I mean, if you've ever felt like you're trying to keep a dozen plates spinning in the air all at once, yeah, you are definitely not alone.
Yeah, I bet this looks pretty familiar. You're trying to keep up with donor outreach, plan that next big event, all while staring down a calendar that's just packed with deadlines. Honestly, just staying organized can feel like a full-time job in itself, right? It leaves you with that sinking feeling that you're always just one step behind.
So, the big question is, how do you get out of that chaotic juggle and into a place where you feel in control, where there's clarity? Well, this is where having a real strategic plan is an absolute game changer.
In this slide, this really breaks it down perfectly. On one hand, you've got what we call the guessing game. You're just reacting to deadlines, scrambling to handle logistics, and you've got that nagging worry in the back of your mind that you've missed some crucial detail. But on the other side, with a strategic plan, you're actually building momentum. You can see the whole picture, which lets your team focus on the stuff that really, truly matters.
You know, a good plan is so much more than just a to-do list. It literally transforms that big, lofty goal into a practical, step-by-step guide. It's like a safety net, making sure nothing slips through the cracks. And for your team, wow, having a visual roadmap where they can actually see the progress, that is a massive, massive motivator.
But here's the thing, right? No two fundraising campaigns are alike. A one-size-fits-all plan? It just doesn't cut it. You need a roadmap that's tailored specifically for your cause, your goals, and your unique way of doing things.
So, how does it work? Well, the key is keeping it simple. It really just breaks down into a few easy steps. First, you just pop in your main goal and your timeline. Next, you pick your fundraising methods. Maybe it's an online thing, a big event, or a mix of both. Then, boom, you get a custom plan that's basically your launch pad. And the best part? It's not set in stone. You can tweak it, change it, and let it evolve as your campaign goes on.
Okay, so whenever you're talking about a new system or a new way of doing things, there are always a few questions that pop up, right? So let's just jump right in and answer some of the big ones.
First up, the big one, scale. People always ask, is this kind of detailed planning only for those huge, massive campaigns? What if we're just a small community group trying to raise a little bit of money?
And the answer is absolutely. A good plan is totally scalable. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're trying to raise $500 for new park benches or $50,000 for a new building. The basic ideas of being organized and having a clear path forward, they work for every campaign, and the plan just adjusts to whatever you need.
All right, next question. What about variety? We all know nonprofits get super creative these days, using all kinds of different fundraising methods. So, does a tool like this kind of lock you into just one way of doing things?
No way. Flexibility is the name of the game. A really solid planner is built to handle all kinds of stuff. Things like online crowdfunding, those classic in-person events, even direct mail. And what's really cool is it can help you mix and match them all into one big cohesive strategy.
And maybe this is the most important question of all. Are you stuck with the plan once it's made? I mean, we all know things change, right? Stuff happens. So what then? Of course you can edit it. You have to think of the plan as your starting point, not the finish line. It's a foundation you can build on, tweak, and adjust whenever you need to. It's basically a living document that grows and changes right along with your campaign. Okay, so we've talked about the chaos, the solution, and how it all works in practice. So what's the big takeaway here? What's the one thing you really need to remember? It all comes down to this. The whole point of a great plan is to free you up so you can focus on connecting with donors instead of scrambling over logistics. It takes care of the what and the when so you can put all your energy into the who and the why, building those relationships that are the real heart of fundraising. So, when you have the right plan in place, you're not just managing a campaign anymore.
You're actually building a clear pathway to making a much bigger impact. The real question is, are you ready to stop juggling and start watching that impact grow?